A couple of years back, the capacity limits of hard drives were constrained. At present, hard drives have enhanced and can as of now hold a ton of records. Truth be told, hard drives keep on getting greater because of the progressions in innovation. Of course, in spite of such upgrades, hard drives still appear to need space. Clients simply don't appear to have enough space for every one of their documents and projects. On the off chance that you utilize your PC frequently, you may have a comparative issue. This is particularly valid in the event that you have an SSD or strong state drive, which is considerably littler than a customary mechanical hard drive. Anyway, there is no requirement for you to purchase another PC. These tips on the best way to tidy up plate space in Windows ought to help you tackle your hard drive issues. Run a circle cleanup. Your Windows working framework incorporates a few inherent apparatuses. One of these is the disk cleanup, which can erase the material information and brief records. To run it, without flaw, tap on your hard drive and pick Properties. At that point, tap on How to free up disk space by Soft and Disk Cleanup and pick the records that you need to erase. It is suggested that you dispose of brief records, reuse receptacle documents, and log records. Squeeze OK and you are finished. If you need to evacuate your framework documents, simply tap on Clean Up System Files. Observe that framework documents generally don't show up on the rundown of records. At that point, tap on More Options and pick Clean Up to erase your framework re-establish information. Keep in mind that this catch expels everything with the exception of the latest re-establish point. Consequently, you have to ensure that your PC is legitimately working before you utilize this capacity. Else, you will never again have the capacity to utilize framework re-establish focuses that are more established. Remove applications that take up a ton of space. When you uninstall some of your projects, you will have the capacity to have all the more free space. In any case, there are projects that don't generally utilize a great deal of space. So on the off chance that you need to free up a great deal of space, you ought to pick programs that utilization a considerable measure of them. Go to your control panel and look at Programs and Features. At that point, select Size to discover how much space your projects are utilizing. In the event that you can't discover size, tap on Options at the upper right corner and pick Details. Analyze how much plate space you have. You can download a hard plate investigation programming project to examine your hard drive and discover which of your organizers and documents take up the most space. See to it that you don't coincidentally erase essential framework records. Simply erase your own information documents. You can likewise see program files and uninstall the projects that take up a great deal of space. Some of the time, the measure of space that projects utilize is not shown in Programs and Features. This is the reason you ought to get an apparatus that presentations precisely how much space your projects are utilizing. Delete transitory documents. You can erase transitory records utilizing Disk Cleanup by Soft. Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox program reserves, for example, can't be cleared and they can take up a ton of your hard plate space. So keeping in mind the end goal to dispose of brief records, you had to utilize a registry cleaner. A product program like this is valuable in evacuating garbage documents and avoiding DLL, SIS, and X mistakes. Scan for copied documents and erase them. You can utilize an extraordinary application to look your hard drive for superfluous copy records. In the event that you need to have all the more free space, you ought to expel the records that jumble up your hard drive. Reduce the space you use for system restore. This can decrease your re-establish focuses and duplicates of records to re-establish, however it can free up a great deal of circle space. On the other hand, you may just need to do this strategy if these elements are not as essential to you as the hard circle space that they utilize. Disable hibernation. Each time you rest your PC, the information of your M are spared in your hard drive, especially in the C hyperfill.sys document. Along these lines, its framework state is spared without using force, and you can get your information instantly when you open your PC. In the event that you handicap hibernation, you will evacuate such document and free up some plate space. These tips on the best way to tidy up circle space in Windows are simple and valuable. Nonetheless, impairing system restore and hibernation are not perfect unless you are in urgent need of circle space. Additionally, ensure that you audit your records before you erase them. In the event that you are searching for a free registry cleaner to re-establish missing undermined documents, you can download Speed Checker tool on Slocksoft.